For a long time, Pokémon fans have been begging for a change-up to the core tenets of the main series. Pokémon can often feel as if it's going through the motions and playing things far too safe. The newest title, Pokémon Legends Arceus, is like a prayer finally being answered. Legends impressively takes so many foundational elements of the series and completely remixes them. Pokémon can sometimes have stories that feel forgettable, but surprisingly, this is an area where Legends exceeds expectations. While not without its shortcomings, the narrative is engaging, humorous, and well-developed. Most characters have strong personalities and take every available opportunity to express themselves in distinct ways. Even the most seemingly inconsequential characters stand out. A great example of this is a storyline between a shopkeeper and his supplier that evolves over time and ends in an endearing fashion. Legends goes out of its way to get you to care about the land of Hisui and its people by ensuring that the characters have space to actually develop. After completing a main story event, you return to the Wallflower Canteen with two of your closest friends, Professor Laventon and fellow Survey Corps member Ray. As the group chows down on potato mochi, they engage in casual conversation. It may not seem like much, but regularly returning to the Wallflower makes the characters relatable rather than just serving as tools to move the story along or complete the Pokédex. Legends also effectively dives into rich and expansive lore, taking place at a time when Pokémon were more feared than understood. Learning alongside the other characters and diving headfirst into grand mysteries is such an excellent way to frame a Pokémon story. One downside is that the presentation can feel antiquated. There's no voice acting, which is normal for the series, but considering how bold so many other aspects are, it seems like a missed opportunity to not have great actors bring such expressive characters to life. Beyond the story, there are so many things that are different from the norm. The game takes place in large areas containing vast fields, mountains, and bodies of water. You roam these areas with increasing freedom since as the story progresses, you gain access to Pokémon that can be ridden, to swim, scale cliffs, and so on. These sizable areas are inhabited by tons of Pokémon. The Pokémon you see depend on which particular corner you're searching, as well as whether it's day or night. How Pokémon must be approached is much more involved than the standard encounters typical of the main games. Instead of being forced to enter a battle with the Pokémon in order to capture it, you can instead try to catch a creature off guard. Typically, this is done by slowly creeping up from behind or by crouching in tall grass to stay hidden, and then throwing a Pokéball. While these components alone make catching Pokémon fairly tense, other elements push it even further. Every type of Pokémon has its own personality and reacts differently when spotting you. Some try to scurry away frightened, while others immediately want to square off. Pokémon can actually attack you, the trainer, on the field, and different Pokémon have different attacks. Getting knocked out in the field means losing precious items, so recklessness has real consequences. Alpha Pokémon only crank up the danger. These red-eyed monsters are much stronger than surrounding Pokémon and can easily trounce the unprepared. When combined, all of these individual features make the various Pokémon feel distinct, alive, and threatening, instead of mere collections of stats and moves. If only the game didn't look so ugly so often. The strong character design shines through, and Jubilife Village has a lot of charm, but the large areas you explore are bland in more ways than one. There's a collective lack of detail, a flatness to the terrain, and a sort of washed-out palette that creates a bland sterility. It's a genuine shame that the surroundings don't do justice to such imaginative creatures. The issues aren't just a visual problem either, as they neuter gameplay as well. Besides hiding in tall grass, there really aren't other creative ways to interact with Pokémon using the environment. Plus, beyond different coloring, the locales don't feel much different from one another as you're going through them. Sure, you may have to scale a mountain or swim through a river, but those acts aren't unique to any specific area. If only more could have been done to make each place truly special. Instead, it all sort of blends together. One aspect Legends does nail is its combat, and while there are a number of changes, a few key things are worth focusing on. In addition to Pokémon learning new moves, they can also master old ones. Upon mastering a move, it can be used in two different styles, Agile Style and Strong Style. An Agile move is less powerful, but may allow the Pokémon to attack twice. Conversely, strong moves are the exact opposite, powering up a particular move, but possibly giving the enemy a chance to hit twice in a row. Mastery creates more utility for moves across the board. While Pokémon may still only know 4 moves at a time, you can easily switch out moves from a pool of all the ones learned with just a quick trip to the menu. Such flexibility means managing Pokémon is an appreciated breeze. Key boss fights play out in totally unexpected ways, but that's a huge positive. During these fights, instead of simply using Pokémon to battle, your trainer must dodge the various attacks of a frenzied Pokémon. In between dodges, you throw bombs to drain a frenzy meter, and there are opportunities to send out Pokémon and engage in a traditional battle. After winning, the frenzied Pokémon is stunned, allowing you to wallop them with a bunch of bombs. The more action-oriented nature of the fights is a well-appreciated deviation, and all of the fights are mechanically different from one another. They're also challenging enough that you truly do have to pay careful attention to patterns and dodge with appropriate precision. For as good as the boss battles are, the actual game structure starts to wear thin before the end. Chapters tend to involve meeting new characters, then build up to face off against a frenzied Pokémon. You may also have to grind up your survey rank to gain access to the next section. Such similarity between events starts to make things just a bit too predictable, even if the characters and boss fights themselves are generally strong. It should be noted that there is additional story to uncover after the credits roll, and reaching the final bit requires seeing every Pokémon available in the Pokédex, a feat we still have yet to accomplish. Still, Pokémon Legends Arceus is an invigorating experience that makes Pokémon exciting once again. It's exactly the kind of rewrite the playbook shakeup that's been sorely needed. Sure, there is plenty to pick apart, but in broad strokes, the vision is well realized for a new and truly refreshing take on the ever-enduring pocket monsters. Final score, 8 out of 10. All our reviews are made possible by generous viewers just like you. Check out patreon.com/EasyAllies to keep Easy Allies going and get access to exclusive shows like Trash Babies, where we pass the controller dumpster diving through low-rated games.